Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jason Green. I'm the Vice President of Human Resources for ABB's Nema Motors Division. I want to welcome you to ABB today to hear an exciting and important announcement impacting our community, our students, our employees, and our business. Many of you may remember that we were formerly known as Baldor Electric Company. We were founded in 1920, became part of ABB in 2011, and changed the company name in 2018. We are now known, again, as ABB's Nema Motor Division, and we market, design, and manufacture Baldor Reliance electric motors for industrial customers around the world. We are proud that our division continues to be headquartered in Fort Smith, Arkansas, and employ more than 3,400 employees around the world and more than 2,000 in the state of Arkansas. At the same time, we produce 100% of our industrial Nema motors here in the United States, and something we are very proud of. Again, I'm super excited that you're here today for the announcement, and with that, let me turn it over to Jesse Henson, President of ABB's Nema Motor Division.
All right, thank you, Jason, and thanks everybody for attending today. You know, every time that I get involved and look a little bit about what's going on with Peak, today I see this up here in the center. It's going to be foundational for our community. I mean, just cannot be excited enough and cannot wait till it gets opened. It's one of those places that I go down and I drive by just to see kind of the progress that's going on, and it's exciting to see that's happened. You know, for a long time, our business has recognized the value of education. We invest in our customers, not only in virtual training, but also in-person training, in training hands-on experience for them. We invest in our employees, and we give them experience in on-job training, but we also invest in their tuition. If they want to go back to school, we help them do those things. And at the same time, we invest in our employees' children. We give scholarships to help them further their education. Although we've always done these things, we believe we can do more. We must invest in the future of our young talent within the local communities we operate. So today, I'm very pleased to announce that we're expanding this support. We want to invest in the future of our high school students right here in the Arkansas River Valley area. So we've got a $1 million donation that we're given to support the future of the Fort Smith Public Schools. These funds will be used to purchase advanced manufacturing equipment so that these students can get real-world hands-on experience to be able to leverage that and develop their workforce to be ready for us to use today. Manufacturing is changing. From robots to autonomous guided vehicles, these positions really require the skill sets that we couldn't even imagine 10 years ago. Over the past years, I've been honored to meet some of these high school students. And even some of them are getting college credits while they're in school. So we've been fortunate to have a number of them be a part of ABB. They come in and work for us while they're going to school in either internships or apprentices. And I can tell you firsthand, these are extremely, extremely talented individuals. It's exciting, our young talent and the future that we have in our communities. These high school students have the aptitude and the attitude that we desire and the learning skills that we need right now. One of the primary benefits of the Peak Innovation Center is that they get that real-world learning on state-of-the-art equipment from instructors that are from the industry that understand how to use it. I'm very proud to be able to be a part of the initiative, and I look forward to the future success of these students, not only for themselves, but for their families and for our communities. I believe in the future of Peak and how it will transform the workforce development, but most of all, I believe in the future of these children and what they're going to do for the future of the leaders in our communities we operate. So thank you, and I will turn it over to Dr. Terry Moroski.
Thank you. Wow. What a special day this is. Feel like we were just here. Look, some special guests I'd like to introduce here too today. A group of our volunteer board of trustees are here with us as well. Board President Bill Hainsworth, you can just wave. Yvonne Keaton-Martin, Susan McFerrin, Dalton Person, and then also our incoming new board members, Troy Eckelhoff's waving, and Matt Blaylock back there in the back. So thank you. Those folks, we could not do what we do as a school district without the support of our board, and Peak would not be in existence as well without that support. Today's really about partnerships. One thing I've consistently been amazed by, and you've heard me say this before, you're going to hear it again, trust me, is that when we ask for help in Fort Smith, it shows up. And it showed up in a huge way today, and I appreciate all of the support from Jesse, your team, Jason Green, and everybody involved with this. We've been here from the beginning, from several years ago when we looked at strategic planning, we looked at capital improvement, and the Peak project really rose to the top as one of the major areas that we needed to look at as a school district and as a region to help develop our workforce and help students earn skills so that they could move forward into their careers that they wanted to do or get a leg up on college. So we've had support to this point. So today from ABB, in the past, from the Wingate Foundation, from the state government, from the federal government, from Mercy and Baptist Hospitals, and ArcBest Corporation most recently. It is really just amazing and a true testament to the value of this project, how many people are coming to our aid. And I just really want to tell you that Peak's a game changer for our students. It's going to make a huge difference in the lives of our young people in this area. So with the announcement of the $1 million donation today, it'll go toward the purchase of advanced manufacturing equipment, like we said, including hands-on simulators, including automation, electrical, green technology, process control simulators, and more. These high-tech devices will teach the skills that are needed by the industry to have a successful career for our students in the ever-changing workplace. So thank you to this gift. Students from Fort Smith and the greater River Valley will have the opportunity to experience state-of-the-art, job-specific simulation trainings in labs that are unmatched in our state. This is happening here in Fort Smith in the River Valley. This is something to be proud of and to be excited about, and I can't wait to tour the labs, to tour this group through and let you see it, because it's so exciting about what's happening for our kids. So thank you again for this gift today, and I'll turn it over to Tim Allen from the Chamber.
Thank you, Dr. Moroski. It's great news. Jesse, thank you so much for the announcement today. Let's give ABB one more round of applause. So not only you guys are here today with this great news and great investment, I mean, ABB's been there from the beginning. Jason Green and ABB came to me, I think 5 years ago, after touring the East Coast and some other technical centers in Texas and across the country. We knew that we just do not have enough pipeline of available workers to fill the gap. And we saw this 5 years ago, and thank you, Jason, and thank you, ABB, for recognizing this issue and to stepping up and doing something about it. So it came to me with this great idea, and of course I'm out on the front lines competing, trying to retain companies in Fort Smith and bring new companies to Fort Smith, and it's very much a fight. It's a struggle for a limited pool of projects, but we need more people to fill the pipeline. So it was right up my alley, and it didn't take me very long to jump on the bandwagon and say, you know what, I'll let the Chamber play a role in this process. So it all happens with partners, right? Partners, I have to recognize UAFS, Dr. Riley, of course, Dr. Moroski of the public schools, local industry, ABB, ArcBest, a number. As soon as I started naming, I'll forget some. But thank you to all those. But also, I think we need to thank the citizens of Fort Smith and the citizens of Barling. They stepped up when we asked them to, and they said yes, overwhelmingly, to more security for our students, and then let's give them the skill sets to compete on a global scale. And that's exactly what Peak is going to do. So thank you to those local partners. Then we broadened the circle to state and federal. Governor Hutchinson stepped up and helped shepherd through with OSD in Little Rock to give us a $2.1 million grant to help support and put industrial manufacturing equipment into this facility. That really lit the fuse, and other people started jumping on board. The Walton Family Foundation, thank you. And of course, Congressman Steve Womack. Immediately, when we brought the plan to him, he got it quickly, and he said, how can I be a part of it? And he's been there from the beginning. The goal from the beginning has always been is to increase the available workers in Fort Smith and the River Valley region to fill the jobs of the 21st century. And that's what's key, is we have great students that can compete anywhere. All they need are the skills to compete, and that's what Peak Innovation is going to do. We have to prepare them for the world of work. Let's give our students an opportunity to succeed in life, in healthcare, information technology, and advanced manufacturing. What does success look like? I was making some notes today, thinking about what that looks like, and there's many, the list could go on forever. But really, we're going to show everyone in the fall of 21 of what success looks like, and it looks like peak innovation. Our goal has always been is to dramatically increase the bandwidth of people that can go in the workforce and be ready to work today. Not halfway be ready, but fully be ready to work in the workforce today. That's why if we wait too long in the curve at high school, if we wait too long in your senior year to start introducing them to what the world of work looks like, it's too late. We have to go much earlier in the process. That's why we're going to introduce what careers look like in Fort Smith and the River Valley to 7th and 8th graders. And then that will help guide them to the Peak Innovation Center to actually do the hands-on work to have that great job at a healthcare system or advanced manufacturing. We have to show them what the world of work looks like. And last but not least, I just want to thank ABB again. And also, I'd like to introduce my friend, Congressman Steve Womack from the 3rd District of Arkansas. Let's welcome Congressman Steve Womack. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim. Jesse, oh, man, I can get used to this. You know, this notion that every time I come down to Fort Smith, there's a $1 million announcement of some type for peak innovation. We've been talking about this for a long time. Mayor, you know that the discussion about the quality and availability of a workforce has been working its way to the top of the priority ladder for chambers of commerce and for mayors and for members of elected politics now for at least a dozen or so years. But I want to say this, because the announcement today involves ABB, then I think it's appropriate that I brag once again on Jason Green. And I say this with all sincerity. We talk a lot about workforce, and we know it's a critical component of the economic development cycle, but it took the constant, I don't know how to describe it, pressure is one word, from Jason Green to convince me that if workforce development is not at the very top of your priority as an economic developer, as a chamber of commerce, it soon will be, because that is going to be the difference maker in the cities of the future in competing for the available jobs, the 21st century jobs that we're talking about. And you can go anywhere, and because I do, you can go anywhere and ask your job creators what their biggest need is, and they're going to tell you without hesitation a workforce with the skills that we need for today's jobs and the jobs of the future. And those jobs are here today. Those jobs of the future involve things like robotics. And you don't have to walk very far in the production facilities of ABB to figure out that that's a big piece of the architecture of this particular company and what it's going to look like in the future. So workforce development is critical, and Jason Green has been a big part of that and has helped influence me quite heavily on this particular need. Those of you that have heard me speak down here before, and I come down here a lot, have heard me talk about the confluence of things going on in the river valley that kind of separate you from a lot of other places. And those things include, so this is not an all-inclusive list, but they include, you know, the fact that you've got good available infrastructure here. We're going to try to make that better. We do need to build a bridge over the Arkansas River. We need to build a few more miles of interstate highway to kind of complete 49 around the city of Fort Smith. But we got the M-Carns, and I think one day we'll see the dredging to the Arkansas River to a 12-foot depth. That's going to give us the capability to use the M-Carns for a lot more economic development opportunities here in the greater Valley area. We got great health care, served very well by a couple of very important hospitals. We got a great college of osteopathic medicine and ancillary services that we have right here at Chaffee Crossing, and that's putting us on the map from a medical provider standpoint. Good governance, and even getting better governance. I mean, everything from school boards to city government to quorum court. It seems like we've got everybody kind of on the rope now at the same time, and all of them, at least most of them, pulling in the same direction. And that's pretty important when job creators are looking to evaluate places. We've got great opportunities out at Ebbing Airfield at Fort Smith at the airport. And I hope, fingers crossed, Tim, that we follow up this announcement today, $1 million grant for the Peak Innovation Center, with yet another announcement, perhaps maybe in another month or so. If things kind of fall our way, maybe we could be the site selection for the F-35 mission for the Singaporeans and the foreign military sales piece that is working its way through the Department of the Air Force right now. So those are things that all look back at this confluence I talk about and make decisions based on the collection of effort going on here. Outstanding Chamber of Commerce, institutions of higher learning, great K-12 education. And I know it firsthand because I'm here recruiting the best and brightest young men and women out of Fort Smith Southside and Fort Smith Northside and Union Christian and other places to go to our service academy. So I see the quality of students that we have coming out of here. I think the thing that we need more than anything right now is to help our young people pick and choose those jobs of the future and to be able to get the requisite training to go out and acquire those jobs, good high-paying jobs, for those young men and women who may not have a predisposition to go on to a 2 or 4 year college of higher learning. And to be able to get those skills right here at the Peak Innovation Center is going to be part of that. Now, Tim has mentioned the partners that were involved in it. Let's not forget that it all started with a gift from the Hutchison family and the availability of that particular facility. And what a great transformation that's going to be from a manufacturing facility to one that's going to train the workforce of the future. I can't think of a better legacy for the family and for the investment made by the patrons of Fort Smith and the investments made by ArcBest and ABB and I'm going to forget a whole bunch of them, and the Economic Development Grant, and the fact that the city of Fort Smith, the patrons here, the school district patrons, decided to put this in their bond issue. Man, that's visionary stuff. And I love to see vision in action. And that's exactly what we're seeing here today with this agreement by ABB to plow $1 million into programming and equipment and the kind of stuff these kids are going to see when they hit the line and start doing this work for a paycheck. This is really, really good stuff. You're a pace setter, and you're going to make this, this valley be noticed around the country by the people who are looking to locate and have productivity in their future expansions. So I want to congratulate you. It's an honor and a privilege to serve all of you, to have these kind of partners, and to be able to work with you day to day on making these kinds of situations happen for the future of all of us. So God bless you, and thanks for allowing me to have an opportunity to speak to it today.
Thank you, Congressman, and thank you for being here today. As he said, he has been with us from day one on this topic. He's been a great supporter. I can't imagine making this announcement today without you here. And I look forward to having you back later this year at the grand opening of Peak. It was said before, but I'm going to say it again. I appreciate the recognition, but we would not be here today if it wasn't for the partnerships. Started with my good friend Tim Allen, Fort Smith Chamber, Dr. Moroski and his entire staff and district at the Fort Smith Public Schools, Dr. Riley from UA Fort Smith and all of her staff and administration who've made this possible, and all the other local business and industry that have been part of it, from the ones we've mentioned before, ArcBest and Baptist and Mercy, and even business and industry outside of Fort Smith, the Gene Haas Foundation and Haas Automation, who have been a great partner, and really who I give the credit to for showing us what it could be here in Fort Smith, Arkansas. They have been tremendous partners from day one. But equally important for me is my team at ABB. From Jesse Henson to Johnny McCusker, who's our Vice President of Operations, Mila Petrie, our Vice President of Manufacturing, and then Tracy Long, who's our Vice President of Communications, who unfortunately could not be with us today. Every time we bring a thought or idea, they say yes. They see the vision. They understand the concept of skating to where the puck is going to be, and they're the ones that really deserve the credit for making this a reality. And that's my challenge to other business and industry. Doesn't begin and end with one person. It is an absolute team effort, and I hope that we can continue to replicate that in other business and industry across the region. So it's really this collaborative, community-based model that we've developed that I think is the differentiator. Today is super special for me. I've been anxious for this day to come, not only because of the significance that it has for our students. This is my hometown. I love Fort Smith. I'm raising my kids here. My kids are products of the Fort Smith public school system, and I love to see things happening in my hometown. And as I said to the mayor earlier, we're not done. There is more to come, and we're going to continue to build and grow upon this exciting announcement. And when it opens, I hope everybody will come see Peak Innovation Center. We'll have 11th and 12th grade students who are getting the opportunity to develop skills and abilities and develop or earn technical concurrent credit. So when they walk across that stage at graduation, they do with two things: a viable career plan and relevant skill sets. And that career plan and those skill sets will serve them whether they choose to go to work, because we'll hire them. Right, Johnny? Right, Mila? Because they're employable. But what I don't think a lot of people realize is even those that are planning to go to some post-secondary institution like UA Fort Smith can also benefit from developing these skills. So this facility and this program is for everybody, regardless of the path that you choose to take. And I think that's a differentiator for us as well. So again, I want to thank everybody for being here this afternoon. If those of you in the media would like to speak directly with any of those that presented today, they'll be around for a few minutes afterwards. I'll also switch the slide, and I'm excited to show you a couple of renderings of Peak overall, the entire campus. It will then hone in on the advanced manufacturing space, where you will find the ABB Automation and Industrial Technology Lab, and adjacent to us will be the Gene Haas Computer Integrated Machining Lab, which I'm also super excited about and so grateful to the Gene Haas Foundation, Michael Garner, and Haas Automation for helping to make that possible as well. So with that, we'll wrap up for the day. Thank you all for being here, and have a wonderful rest of the day.